Hello, welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is the retro review for Money in the Bank 2013. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This gentleman to my right is the Disco Inferno to my Alex right. That's a Boogie Nights reference. Joe Venuto.
Why are you more talented? Money in the Bank 2013, date July 14, 2013, location Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Commentary John Cole, John Marshall Layfield, and Jerry Lawler. This is one of the fun shows of the year, more often than not. So I have high hopes for this show. The main events are, of course, the two ladder matches along with Howard Challenge scene for the world title. This is one of those shows where you can just turn your brain off and enjoy some wild action. So with things are fun as they have the potential to be. Yeah. Let's get to it. The open videos are, of course, about money, with the briefcases being loaded to armored cars, Cena, Howard Gage, and every video packages as well. Starface old Fandango versus Cody Rhodes versus Damien Sandow versus Jack Swagger versus Antonio Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose versus Wade Barrett. Calder does his usual anti-foreign rant about being one of the founding states of America. Quote, maybe best world should put a taco and burrito on the fly. It's a huge brawl start, and I'm not going to be able to kill most of the action in the ladder matches. The two teams let everyone else out and bring in ladder reach. Cesaro has a government suplex and Cody onto the ladder before shouting "We the people." The Scholars take Cesaro to the floor, but Ambrose stops Swagger from climbing. Ambrose, the crowd favorite at this point, is left alone in the ring. The Barrett basically say Barrett kicks Ambrose in the face, knocking the ladder on top of him in the process. Fandango kicks the ladder into Barrett's face and hits the slingshot leg drop onto the ladder onto Barrett. Sandow makes the save as Dean knocks Cody off the top rope from the ladder. Fandango steps face first into the ladder and suplex into one in the corner for good measure. Cesaro makes a climb as to stop Ambrose with a hanging chin lock off the ladder. Cody makes the save and hits a Samoa Joe muscle buster to send Cesaro into the ladder. Barrett makes the save with a broken rung of ladder and no idea. He and Swagger go up now with Wade blasting him with the elbow and knocks Swagger off. Fandango makes the save by Ambrose, catches him with the bulldog driver off the bottom rung. Dean does the windmill spot with the ladder on his head, but the Romeros grab either end to break up. They lift Ambrose, hoping they choke him out, but Ambrose skins the Cat Mayor in an awesome spot. The Americans dump into the floor, but there's no ladder left. Cesaro gets on Swagger's shoulders with Cody as the springboard dropkick to take them out. Crossroads lays out Fandango and Barrett, but he shouts to save again the ladder. He finally gets the big ladder right on top by Ambrose for a slug out. Cody Reigns and Fraser's in the ladder over by Rollins and Reigns, which by the way was the match in like on the pre-show. Arguably.
Yeah,
the tie match.
The Shield versus Deuces, yeah.
Come out of the breakup. They run interference out of everyone else in the match. Here the Usos to take the tag team chairs out. Cesaro and Swagger get in on the brawl as well, but Ambrose is going up. Cody makes a save and shoves the ladder over, sending Ambrose onto everyone else. Cody's all out, but Sandow comes out, and we're still the case at 16:40.
I actually really like this match. On the main show, I'll say this is match of the night for me. I just thought all 7 guys. Yes, it's an odd number for a Money in the Bank match, but all 7 guys, all of them being heels too, I thought interact with each other nicely. I thought that they also set up the ladder really nice for spots, and I thought every competitor worked well together to work for the spots. And I also liked Cody's part at the end where him and Sandow split up, where Cody's doing a ton of work, getting all the respect from the Philly crowd that night. And Sandow comes in and sneaks away with the briefcase. I wish more came out of that. But for the match itself, I thought it was tops.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid match. I think it's my match tonight on the pay-per-view. I think it's a step below most of the Money in the Bank matches that came before. The Ambrose Shield stuff was great. Cody was great. But now, where we're at 5 years later, the winner, even then, didn't win a thing of note in like a year at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he won one match, and then we're supposed to buy him as a main event level guy now. It doesn't work that way, but WWE still can't get that for their thick ass. And fans, don't forget wins and losses like the writers do.
I gave the match an A.
B, because it ended, and where it ended up. If you're going to give it to somebody that you were pushing, you might as well give it to Ambrose at that point. Here's Brian Nash with something to say. He's glad to be the GM, and you know he can't replace Vicky because he's all going high heels. He put Vicky on the expert panel. She gets a spotlight followed by Vage short return on Titantron.
Which, fun fact, we were actually sitting like 10 feet away from Vicky.
It's a lot of her embarrassing moments, followed by Stan and Boo, where Miz is finally broken up by the start of the next match. Intercontinental, The Miz versus Curtis Axel. Axel's defending Miz gives a quick cover on the shoulder blow, but Axel takes him into the corner for control. Curtis said that forward caught by a baseball slide before Miz slings back inside. Miz steers Heyman down, clamps his hands, and falls down. The referee looks at Heyman and ejects him for allegedly hitting Miz. Smart move there. Axel takes over with drop kick, but the fans are much quieter now. The Hanks next up is soon with an armbar. Back up, Miz was in charge of the corner, but the fans not care at all. A big boot puts Axel down, and the corner clothesline sets the top rope Axel on for 2. Axel comes out with a perfect punch for 2, and Miz hits his one kick to the leg and puts in a figure 4. Curtis reverses, but gets turned over again. On to the right in a row, so the break. Axel bails to the 4 for a second before coming back in for his neck breaker into the collar for the pin to retain at 9:20.
Yeah, the match for me was just okay. It wasn't anything special. The one part the crowd really seemed to be into was Paul Heyman, and then they sort of wrote him off till later in the night. And not necessarily sure they have to do that. At least have the crowd like something going on. But the weird thing is, it's the Miz as a face who I don't think he likes working face all that much, and if so, he's not necessarily the greatest at it. And Axel, he is a solid worker, but I think he's more or less a force equaler, essentially. I think if you give him someone very good to work with, you'll have a good match. If you give somebody great to work with, it'll be a great match. If you give him somebody that's not necessarily comfortable, it shows, essentially, for me. Not a bad match, but just it's just odd casting for Miz, and Axel's not necessarily the strong worker to actually make things better.
Yeah, the match wasn't bad, but it had no heel. People just didn't care about Miz at all at this point, and the figure 4 is a big reason why. It's just a horrible move for him, and it comes off like a lame Ric Flair tribute, which is pretty much what it is. I don't want to see here, but it was a way to let the fans breathe a bit in a big match.
I gave the match a C-.
C. A SummerSlam ad, which is basically all grown up from WrestleMania a few years prior. Davis title, Caitlyn versus AJ Lee. AJ's defending. This has been a very well built feud. They used to be friends, and Caitlyn went and her title instead of helping AJ when she was having relationship issues. So AJ turned on her and is taking everything Caitlyn cares about. Caitlyn has a bad elbow come in, and is with Layla here. Caitlyn gets a quick toe of a gutbuster, but sent to the post on the floor. AJ works on the arm with a bridge arm bar, almost a one-arm cow mutilation. You've already hooking a cross-face chicken wing of all things. Back up, and Caitlyn fires over dropkick and big shoulder followed by a reverse 18 for 2. AJ slaps her in the face, so Caitlyn takes her elbow and clothesline. Caitlyn knocks off the apron, but Langston catches her midair. The spear connects back inside, but Caitlyn hurts her elbow again. AJ hooks the Black Lotus submission out of nowhere, and Caitlyn taps at 7:03.
It was an okay match. It wasn't anything flashy. I do remember their payback match. I do remember someone enjoying that match a hell of a lot more. But it wasn't a bad match, and I think the feud actually helped to give people a reason to actually care about it, essentially. I thought AJ has done much better work, and especially with Caitlyn earlier, but not a bad match overall.
Yeah, a very basic match, but worked well enough. And Caitlyn looked good with the pound stuff and the tight outfit, while AJ, well,
I know you like Caitlyn.
Well, AJ needed to be a bit more evil, though. I doubt this was over yet. I can't remember fully, but that's just because that's how WWE works.
I think it goes to SummerSlam because it's Dolph
and Caitlyn
versus Big E and AJ.
Yeah, but the matches and story were way better than anyone expected them to be. Especially for this time for Divas. The expert panel, Bishop, Kofi Kingston, and Vicky. It's all about the show so far. Up next, Chris Jericho versus Ryback. The fans go back and forth from Jericho to Goldberg chance. Ryback beals to the floor because he's a coward now. Jericho takes him down the baseball slide. Back in, Jericho has a forearm to the back of the head, but Ryback throws him on the shoulder. Jericho goes into the 4-win Bayley, but gets next time Chris Tucker for 2. We hit the chin lock before Ryback gets 2 off of Miller Slash. Jericho's punched off the apron and lays between the 2 now tables. Back to the chin lock, but Jericho escapes into a normalized suplex and field rolls attempt. A topper back sandal is caught in a Ryback belly to belly override suplex. The meat hook puts Jericho down, and the code breaker's kind of a spine buster. A power bomb gets still in Jericho, but he comes out with an injury for 2. Ryback rolls to the apron, gets caught in Codebreaker, brings back in 9. A high cross gets 2 for Jericho, but he moves to the girl press. Ryback drops him down to a farmer's carry, but Jericho counts to a DDT for 2. Jericho misses the line salt, and Ryback grabs a quick roll up for the pin at 10:20.
I don't think this match was bad, but it was just kind of dull. It took a lot to get it going, and once it had the slight bit of momentum, it kind of ended suddenly. Again, not bad, just kind of lacking and dull for me.
Yeah, the match was terrible, but I'm not even a fan for this. But it was actually kind of pathetic when they did the Ryback throughout this year.
Oh yeah. The month before, he was WWE fighting for the WWE championship.
I'm not even talking about that. Yeah. I'm talking about his 2012 compared to 2013.
That's true. Yeah.
They took everything good and interesting that was working for him, looking back on it, and Balor turned it completely around to make sure the fans didn't care about him at all. This was also the first match he's won on pay-per-view since last year's Money in the Bank. So, yet WWE still wonder why no one cared about him. Video on open. I went for 3.
The grade for me was a D.
D+. Video on open, the day Performance Center. We recap Ziggler vs. Del Rio. Ziggler won the world title for his Money in the Bank case tonight to WrestleMania, then got into a SmackDown. Del Rio went into Ziggler's head to win the title payback, so tonight it's about revenge and the title for mouth. SmackDown will tell Del Ziggler vs. Alberto Del Rio. Ziggler just an amazing pop to start. Filling around process to start until Ziggler gets 2 drop kick, 10 straight elbow drops with the fans count long. Have Del Rio in trouble and he falls out to the floor. Back in, Del Rio scores a run Ziggler for sending in Ziggler hard to the barricade. We hit the chin lock as the fans are nearly comatose for Del Rio. And can you blame us? There's something interesting about it all. Ziggler misses a splash in the corner. And Del Rio does have stupid smile face. Del Rio pounds on the back, misses the charge, sending him out to the floor. He tries to come in off the top, but gets caught in a top rope X Factor for 2. A Ziggler neckbreaker too, and Del Rio German suplex gets the same. The corner Ziggler misses, and Ziggler gets a close to the famouser. And it was amazing how much the crowd was into Dolph here. Del Rio gets 2 off the tilt the world backbreaker, but Ziggler gets the same by drop kicking Del Rio to the top. QAJ skip around the ring. Before Ziggler counts it on tilt the world into a jumping DDT for 2. Ziggler tells AJ leave, but the distraction allows Alberto to crush him on the top. A reverse superplex gets 2 on Dolph. And a low super kick gets the same. Del Rio lowers his knee pad to reveal the knee brace, but Ziggler avoids the shot, and AJ hits Del Rio with the Divas title for the DQ at 14:27.
The thing that sort of hurt this match for me was the ending. I actually did like the match going on, but it kind of just. I know AJ's the crazy character, but it doesn't necessarily seem smart for her. When she knows Dolph is literally just getting the advantage back to run back into the ring and belt shot him, and when she's not planning to screw him there,
right?
She's trying to help him.
She leaves him the next night.
Yeah. Actually, he breaks up for the next night.
Yeah.
So the ending I didn't get, but I actually did like the chemistry Dolph and Del Rio had. I thought Dolph may be on Del Rio's shortlist for probably best opponent he's had in WWE. I just thought those guys worked very well together for me.
Yeah, this is getting good until the stupid ending. I have no idea why WWE's obsessions with dragging out swords for as long as they can anymore. They're back to actually anymore still, but they just can't get over that. They need to get over that. This feud wasn't doing it for anyone, and it just kept going. They either had to split up AJ, which he did, from Dolph, or give Dolph the title and move on to someone else. I would probably went with the latter. Actually, I would went with both. Split up AJ and give Dolph back the title here.
Yeah.
But whatever. The match was good though.
I ended up giving it a B-.
C+. Dolph yells at AJ post-match, and most white making Ziggler making Dolph look like the jerk in the whole thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Video on WWE supporting military recap of Henry vs. Cena with Henry's fake retirement laying Cena out. He said the WWE Championship is one thing he's ever won, and he wants that one big run with the title. One thing WWE's done right in the last few years at this point was making the WWE Championship seem like a much bigger deal. So we'll give them credit. Raw World title. I don't know why I put Raw and SmackDown breaking together. Alright. WWE Championship John Cena vs. Mark Henry. Cena, of course, is booed out of the building. The champion trusts out Henry. bounces over like a wall. Henry shoves him into the corner and runs splash kick too. Cena's trying to suplex on the steps, as is one side so far. The other fans chant sexual chocolate because that's what smart girls do for a Henry match. As Mark drops a leg on the back of Cena's neck. Henry throws Cena down and out to the floor as the domination continues. Back in, Henry stands around, misses charge the corner, Cena can't slam him. So Henry cranks him on the neck a bit. John gets back up and hits the shoulder block held by a shuffle, but Cena still can't do anything. Henry falls on top for two, but Cena counts by slamming to most of his spin DT. Cena finally is saying, but he's only good for two. The high cross is called on World Strong Slam for two. So Henry pulls the turnbuckle pad off. He also brings in a chair, and as the referee's doing that, Henry pulls off a buckle. Cena counts a whip into the buckle and then hooks ICF. Mark easily gets to the ropes. Henry gets to a low blow, but another World Strong Slam count to ICF with Cena dragging Henry back to the middle of the ring. Henry taps out to retain Cena's title at 14:40.
I thought this was actually a pretty good match. It was at the very tail end of Mark's main event run. It's literally the last match of his main event run. It may actually be the last singles pay-per-view match Mark Henry has had.
Yeah.
I can't. One can't come to mind right now. That's later, but I think it actually might be.
Rusev.
Oh, Rusev, yeah. So it's definitely at the tail end of his headlining run. And I thought he actually put in a good performance this night. I remember at the time being a little disappointed that he lost, too. Mm-hmm. But odds are...
What we got is SummerSlam next month.
Yeah, it completely makes up for me being slightly disappointed that Mark Henry didn't win. Mm-hmm. It's probably just because this is actually the match where it was set up with Mark Henry's fake retirement angle that was just so great and played all of us. Mm-hmm. But still, I thought Cena and Mark Henry did very well together. Philly, I remember, specifically loved the match. And, it was a good match all around for me.
This is exactly what you expect from this match. Henry came off like a monster of the month for an entire build-up, and that's exactly what it was here. Nothing. I never thought Henry was winning, though, going into the match, though. So nothing to match and believe that Cena was in real danger. It wasn't bad, and it came in what? And did his job.
I give the match a B.
C. We hear from the expert panel with nothing interesting to say. Video on the Wise attacking Kane. Main event, All-Star Money in the Bank, CM Punk versus Rob Van Dam versus Christian versus Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. RVD, Bryan, Punk got good reactions, but the fans aren't impressed with others. Everyone goes into RVD, just saw it and knocks him to the floor. The remaining 4 go to Sheamus before pairing off themselves. We're quickly down to Bryan versus Punk, and the fans go nuts at Henry. Van Dam's knocking Dable into the ladders and 2 stars go at. Bryan almost botches the back flip, but counters and GTS into a yes lock attempt. On top of everyone not named RVD made to save on the ladder. Van Dam is knocking down the clean house opposed of it. Some baseball slides drop Punk and Sheamus before Rob drops Christian onto the ladder. Rolling Thunder onto Bryan onto the ladder, takes Daniel out, but Orton sending Van Dam to the floor. Rob kicks him down, loads up the 5-star onto Orton on the ladder. But Christian breaks over the short ladder. Christian loses a fight to Sheamus over a full-size ladder. But Van Dam breaks up Sheamus' climb, but Sheamus landed on the ladder on the way down. Sheamus almost immediately rams various people in the barricade before bridging a ladder between the apron and the announce table. Bryan escapes a powerbomb through the ladder and has a run into the face for apron. Punk is led up the ladder, but Orton makes a save. Another ladder starting Old 6 climb up on 2 ladders with the briefcase knocked away. Old 6 4 down, and Orton is holding his knee. It's Sheamus' seat first, clean house before going up, only to be caught by Bryan. Would get the 10-4 almost on top of the ladder, but Punk stops Sheamus from pulling down the case. Sheamus and Punk slug it down the corner, where Punk hits the run knee, taking him down, followed by Ryan the ladder onto his back. Orton comes back in and suplexes Punk on the ladder, followed by elevated DT. Christian comes back in and spears Randy down, but Van Dam knocks on the ladder. The fans, of course, want tables, as Christian goes up and down. Van Dam's called in the forehead, they both go up, but Van Dam jumps in and unladders Christian falls. The splash off of the top of the ladder crushes Christian, but Sheamus shoves Rob off the ladder. Bryan's back in to kick both of them before going to his usual insane rush. He throws Sheamus through the ladder and goes up top, but Kurt Axel will people come out with a chair to beat him down. He lays Bryan out of his finisher on the floor and walks into the GTX. Heyman comes out to yell at Axel because he wants Punk to win. CM Punk starts a very slow climb while holding his neck, and Heyman, of course, screws him by ramming another ladder until Punk is busted open bad here. And Van Dam is going to lie on that Orton made to say the RKO, and Orton pulls down the case to win at 26-31.
Yeah, it was a good ladder match to me. Although I think in the long term, you're not going to remember it as much. It's not going to stand out to you. Or if it does, it's probably going to stand out to you because of Punk and Heyman. I remember having a lot of fun with it, and I thought it was a good match, but it's just not going to be. It's not going to go down as a memorable Money in the Bank to me.
Well, that happened. So that was a little bit there. So everyone was at the same, but the winner wasn't terribly obvious for the match. It wasn't bearing for him, but you expect more when at this level of talent in the match. I think both Money in the Bank suffer from not being no hatred between the guys, all faces, all heels.
Yeah.
Don't say yeah. You love the first match.
Well, no, in that match they actually turned somebody
face by accident.
In the match.
By accident.
And Philly did have their favorites.
There was Philly had their favorites on this match too. R&D, Punk, and Bryan. And Christian a little bit, but R&D, Punk, and Bryan. At the end, there was no hatred between these guys, and that makes for a dull match. The Heyman stuff was pretty obvious, but it sets up Lesnar versus Punk. That sucks. Like.
Yeah. I gave it a B.
B. Earl.
Overall, I gave it a B. I thought it was a very solid show. It probably won't be as a long-lasting memory one, but I thought the pre-show match, if you have time to go see that, I believe it's on YouTube. It's not on the WWE Network.
Right.
So you would have to go on YouTube or here to see it. I thought that was very good, and I honestly thought the first of the two Money in the Bank ladder matches was pretty good too. The rest it's not bad, but it's solid, but it's not necessarily going to be. It's not necessarily going to stick with you for a long term time. But I had fun with it, so.
Overall, I gave it a C. The show wasn't terrible. But aside from maybe the ladder matches, there's nothing interesting here at all. In the middle, everything felt like it was just there to fill a spot on the card, which isn't what you would expect from a show like this. It's not a horrible show, but there's, other than ladder matches and maybe Delaware and Dolphin, maybe Cena and Henry. There's nothing worked on either way to see here. I believe it or not, the Payback the month before blew the doors off the show. Everyone get technical.
I hear it. Bear with me one moment.
And this is why I don't like watching stuff that I was at live.
You want to hold on to the memory.
Right, yeah.
Alright, so whose turn?
It's yours.
Mine, alright. NXT TakeOver Orlando. Bobby Roode defends the NXT Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura, plus Asuka, the Authors of Pain, and more.
Well, I know it's NXT in this, I guess, worst state of the new NXT since 2014. But
yeah, it was the rebuilding period, or the refreshing period, I guess.
So that means at worst the show's a B+.
Yes. Although knowing us, we'll still give it an A because it's NXT.
Yeah, let me get the car up. Orlando. We have Bob. Mixed 8-man tag team match. It's Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Sandy versus Castiglione, Roger Strong, and Ruby Ryan, Ty Dillinger. Singles match, Aleister Black's debut against Andrade Cien Almas. NXT Tag Team Triple Threat Elimination match. The Authors of Pain versus DIY versus The Revival. NXT Women's Title match, Asuka versus Ember Moon. An NXT title match, Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, well, apparently this is NXT in its low form.
Yeah.
Every match is recommended. And
by Dave Meltzer,
yeah. And 4 of the matches, the last 4 matches are lowest is 4 1/4 stars.
Yeah.
And the top 2 matches are 3 and 4 each. So, both 5 matches are recommended. So maybe it's not a bad show. Well, it's not Elvis is not a bad show.
It's in NXT's refreshing period.
It's the lowest form of NXT they can get.
Well, where they're literally just going from the last era they had down to its little lull period, which is here, and then it's come back up.
Yep. So up next, we'll have our week 4 Q&A.
Yes.
See you
then.
then.